Hey, good morning, kiddos. Today, our lesson covers a very specific word. It's the P word, prophecy. And you may have heard that word a bunch, and it's mentioned a lot of times in the Bible. You've probably heard of prophets, who are people who wrote a lot of the books of the Bible. People like Hosea, and people like Isaiah and Ezekiel. So, I kind of want to dive a little bit deeper into this word, just in case you may not know what it means, because it tells a lot about what Jesus is doing in the New Testament, right? So, our text for today is in John, one of the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and then John, and it's in the very first chapter. So, Jesus is calling disciples, and he finds Philip. He says, "Philip, come on and follow me." And Philip goes and tells his friend Nathaniel. He's like, "Yo, Nathaniel, like this dude, Jesus, he's calling people, he's from Nazareth, you've got to check this out. I think he's the one that Moses, the law and all the prophets were talking about." And that's a very interesting phrase, right? Moses and the prophets, they lived a long time ago. How could they have known Jesus? And it's because they were prophesying, that P word, prophecy. Here's something very important to know about the Bible. So in the Old Testament, before Jesus was born, there were people who knew God, prophets. And they kept telling people, "Hey guys, gals, there's someone going to come one day. God is going to send someone, and this person is going to be very important." There were all these sorts of different prophecies about Jesus. And these were happening years before Jesus actually came to earth. They were waiting for someone to fulfill these prophecies. So Philip realizes correctly that this is who they were talking about, that this is who God has sent, Jesus of Nazareth, which is where he lived. And it's very important to realize, because Jesus was in fact the answer to all the prophecies, and he would do something totally amazing, and I think we know that. In fact, Jesus did many amazing things. We call them miracles. He healed blind and deaf people. Remember, we talked about blind Bartimaeus, old Barty. Healed people like him. He walked on water. He turned water from wine. He did a lot of amazing things, but that was nowhere near the most amazing thing he did towards the end of his life. When we thought his life had truly ended on the cross, he rose from the grave. And in that saving act, he delivered us from all of our sins by beating death, so that we don't have to be scared of it anymore. So, that's what I want y'all to understand for today. Is that P word, prophecy? It's about Jesus, right? Jesus fulfilled every prophecy the prophets set out to make. And this culminated, which means this ended ultimately in his death and resurrection on the cross. Alright, kiddos, I hope I see you on the Zoom today. We'll be playing some games, having some good time. See y'all.